We've seen death. We've seen disability. We've seen disfigurement. We've seen deprivation. We've seen destitution from snakebite.
At the moment, as a minister for this county, I am extremely worried. I'm scared. I don't know what will happen.
It's a daily reality, a race to traverse the isolated, rocky, and unforgiving terrain, all the while knowing treatment may be hours or days away.
Can you imagine the distress of running from your home, perhaps in the night, with a child on your back, suffering from snakebite, screaming in pain?
And when you finally flag down a passing vehicle in hopes of making it to the hospital, will the hospital even have the antivenom needed to save your daughter's life?
This is the only one left? You mean this is the only one left in the whole hospital?
Antivenom is very scarce. It comes and then it gets finished, then we stay without it for some time.
Every day, it's a sadness that never goes away. Your child buried next to your home. Yet another young life taken during the night. And the sister left behind met her fate from the very same cobra that slithered into their bed. Her hand now severely deformed. She is blind. She cannot walk. She will never marry. An innocent victim without the chance of a productive life. Every day, it's devastation without end. A coconut farmer in southern India who can only watch someone else climbing the trees he once climbed. Already left with nothing but years of debt, Selvarasu and his wife part with what little they have, just so they can pay to keep their children in school.
Most victims of snakebite are amongst the most impoverished levels of the community. They're nearly all agricultural workers, farmers, herdsmen, who live in a snake-infested environment. And the city dwellers may be genuinely ignorant of the plight of people who live perhaps only a few miles away and who are the food producers for the country.
It's a huge cost that you cannot imagine. But then they have to sell and dispose of all the assets that are in the family to ensure that this person is taken care of.
Okay, so the people raising their hands have been bitten by snake?
All around the world, like at this community gathering in central Kenya, the voiceless cry for help. But actually, these are the real cries. This 3-year-old Kenyan girl won't be out playing today. Instead, one of the multiple visits each and every ongoing week to treat her wound. In a few months, she will undergo a major skin graft.
Many major health challenges of the past are now being dealt with subsidised treatments. The world has the capacity to deal with these problems. We've got neglected tropical diseases that are no longer being neglected, and that's important. But today, 342 snakebite victims across the tropics are going to be taken from their families. We know 125,000 people die each year from snakebite, and 2 to 3 times that number are left without limbs. They're maimed, disabled, or permanently disfigured. And those are the people who actually make it to a hospital to be counted. Whatever the numbers may be, the true figures go beyond any data, beyond any study. The only way you can truly understand snakebite is to walk into any hospital or any village. Everybody knows somebody who's had their lives turned upside down. Snakebite is something that they fear more than malaria or tuberculosis, or in some cases, even more than HIV/AIDS.
From Vietnam to Pakistan, from the Central African Republic to Latin America, if you color in a world map where reported death tolls and estimates are over 1,000 people per year, it's a map that quickly becomes more colorful. And if you add the countries with 50 or more deaths a year, suddenly the magnitude becomes clear.
If we are to save lives, our limbs, this is the time for the whole world to wake up to this important problem that has for many years lingered with no interest.
Realistically, the best long-term strategy is to prevent snake bites, not have to treat them in the first place. We have scientists, doctors, advocates all around the world who fight for these people on a daily basis, educating people on the ground to encourage the simple use of footwear, training rural health workers, and even teaching people that visiting a traditional healer is not necessarily of any use. And of course, we have effective and affordable antivenoms that have been developed and are making huge differences in places like West Africa, Latin America, even here in Papua New Guinea. We have the tools to make change now.
It is about time that snakebite is stopped being ignored by the world. It's a matter of human rights, it's a matter of social responsibility, it's a matter of using science for what it should be used, for the well-being of people.
Nobody should die of snakebite.